Last time I was on camera and I burned my lips. I was like, ah! That's Harvey Mason. I mean, Harvey Mason is one of the greatest musicians, definitely, and drummers of all time. He played on a lot of my favorite records, so he made a record called Chameleon. It was like the closest I'll get to being on some of my favorite albums. You know, like I played Black Frost with him. That's like the closest I'm ever going to be to Grover Washington, and you know, that was a Herbie Hancock song right there. So it was, yeah, it was really, really, really fun to play with him. He's such an amazing person and one of the greatest musicians ever. No, that's not me. That's Terrace Martin playing that saxophone. This Dick Ain't Free, Kendrick Lamar. I remember when I came into the studio and they played that record for me, I was just blown away that Kendrick had took the music to that place, you know, because I was coming from Good Kid, Mad City. And so when I came in to work on To Pimp a Butterfly, I didn't really know what they were doing.
Is you still a fan? When shit hit the fan, is you still a fan? Won't you look to your left?
I remember when they played that record for me, I was like, oh, so y'all are really kind of going in and doing some stuff, you know? So I played on a few songs, but I mostly did string arrangements. And, you know, I helped write the music that he used under the skit that he did where Kendrick is interviewing Tupac. I did string arrangements on, I think, like 5 or 6 songs, and then I played on like 2 or 3 songs, and then for a moment I was like, is Tupac alive? And this is the reveal? He's gonna hop out the closet or something like that, you know? So it was, yeah, that was a crazy moment. It's just one of my favorite pieces of music. I had a great mentor, Gerald Wilson, and he was the first person that really kind of, he used to tell me all the time that the great French composers were really soulful, you know? And so I played on a record with him once, and he did like a blues version, like almost like Night Train version of Clair de Lune, and it kind of inspired my mind to kind of do the version that I did. And just that idea of like the connections that people have from different cultures, you look at them as being really separated. Like when you say soul music, you think of African Americans, but he thought that Debussy and Ravel and, you know, Caulfield, he thought they were soul musicians too. Yeah, Thundercat's one of my oldest friends. You know, I met Thundercat. I feel like Thundercat wasn't even born when I met Thundercat. I think he was like still in his mom's stomach. He was like the baby that was coming. Thundercat, he's been a genius since he was like 12. You know, he was one of those people that just, he got it really early. You know, and he's such an individual. You know, like people, you know, the world, in this day and age in the world, it's like people are kind of into the individual, or people into like, it's cool to be weird. But yeah, he's a really brilliant musician, you know, and like, he's really like one of the real innovators of music right now. And like, you can kind of hear you can see his fingerprints on most of the really cool music that's happening. You know, it's almost like if something's not quite cool enough, it's called Thundercat. Put him on the record, it'll be cool then, you know? So yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, another amazing musician and really a visionary. Like I almost call him a music visionary. He has great musical vision. He can kind of see things that other people can't see, hear things that other people can't hear, you know? It's like even when I work with him, like a lot of those songs on You're Dead that I played on, he would play the song for me, and like, I would just be trying to figure out the song, and he could just hear something in what I was just kind of noodling around in that he knew he was going to turn it into something really cool. So it was one song in particular, I really was just trying to figure it out. I was like, all right, cool, I'm ready. He's like, nah, cool, I got it. And he like moved on to the next song, and I was like, you got what? You were recording that? I was just playing around, you know? But he's like that. He's kind of always a step ahead, you know? So like when we were all in LA making music and stuff like that, and pretty much the rest of the world really had no interest in what we were doing, Lotus, he heard it and was like, yo, this is dope. I should put this on my label, you know? And so he put out Thundercat's album, and he put out my album, and he put out Austin Peralta's album. It's one of the cool things that happens in music, that like, you find out you have brothers and sisters all over the world that you don't even know.